Happy new moon solar eclipse collective. Welcome to Cusp of Roses for our chakra energy check-in. I hope that this beautiful, intense, powerful solar eclipse energy has found you all well and hopefully in good spirits. I thank you so much for tuning into this reading. And I just honestly, it's been a pleasure over these past few years to read for so many of you. And I'm so grateful that a lot of you guys connect here with my readings. And I just thank you for your presence, for showing up every day. All right. And I really do hope that these readings are benefiting you guys in your growth journey, in your ascension journey, in processing these sometimes difficult and heavy energies, or, in celebrating them. All right. I don't know. There's something about this new moon that just feels like a deep breath, and not in a solemn way, very much so in like a finally, like some of you guys might be feeling like you finally arrived somewhere, that energy is finally moving in the right direction for you. Things are maybe finally coming into balance here as this new moon solar eclipse is connected to Libra energy. But with that Scorpio vibe, I've been getting that with the Scorpio energy over the past few reads, is that it's just this shedding. It's this another phase. Hi, Angela. Thanks for being here. Happy new moon, love. It's just this another phase of shedding, right? For those of you that don't know, Scorpions do molt, which is just releasing their exoskeleton about 6 times throughout their lifespan. This just feels like one of those times, okay? It's powerful though, because it is having some sort of activity with Venus. So for some of you, you might be seeing the end of some karmic relationships, right? With this Libra scales, things finally balancing out between you and individuals that you hold karma with. Okay, and then in order for something new to begin with that Scorpio energy, and I think for a lot of you, whatever this past karmic cycle has been, has really brought you to the depths of your own soul, to the depth of your own understanding around human consciousness and awareness. Okay, things that you maybe want to work on, things that you feel like you do really well. It just feels like this checks and balances energy where it's like, yeah, okay, I still have some things I have to work on, but man, did I conquer these things, right? So maybe that might even be beneficial for you all over the next 2 days to really write down the things that you feel you've overcome, that you feel you have risen up from. Okay, challenges that you thought you would never break through or find solutions around that you have. It's like write all of the good accomplishments and the good things that you've done in your personal growth journey or personal development. And then also, also make a list of things that you feel like you still have to work on and work through. Okay, I think having that in the front of the mind is going to be very powerful over the next few days. Okay. So just throwing that out there for those of you that maybe want a little direction around how to connect, okay? Yeah, I just feel like I keep wanting to breathe like really deeply, okay? So maybe some of you, some breath work might be beneficial. But before we get any further, that was just a quick little channeling that just kind of came through here, collective. Before we get any further, let's just get grounded. Let's offer up our gratitude like we always do. Do whatever gratitude or grounding practice feels right and best for you in this moment. I'm going to sound my sound bowl once. Then we're going to let that sound travel once it dissipates. We'll get into these energies and these messages, okay? Here we go. Almighty Creator, my ascended and divine ancestors, and all holy angels, I thank you so much for being here with me and with the collective here under this beautiful new moon solar eclipse and the energies of Libra and Scorpio. What chakra energies are being activated, charged, What do we need to focus on when it comes to our collective chakras and energies? What's going to help this collective get the most out of this new moon energy? Some of you, right off the bat, and this is a little off topic, but some of you guys might benefit from some turquoise. For my crystal people who enjoy crystals or like to manifest with them or keep them with them, turquoise is really going to be powerful over the next 2 weeks or so, okay? That was just a side note for somebody. I almost see somebody like looking at their crystal selection like, I don't really know what to do. Definitely add turquoise in there. Maybe even some carnelian if you have it. Citrine as well would be beneficial over the next month, okay? All right, back into the chakras. Here we go. What energies are here and present for the collective under this new moon in Libra and Scorpio for this solar eclipse? What does the collective need to know about this solar eclipse energy? Thank you so much, Divine. Okay. We've got healing the heart, vibration of 23, heart chakra energy, clearly. You also have a beautiful uncaging, more heart imagery, but it is water. And then you got wish upon a star. Wow. Which I want to say is third eye energy in this particular deck, or is it thought? I'll have to pull from the book. But we have the heart chakra, the sacral chakra, so water energy, love energy. And I want to say, I don't want to misquote that. Let me see. Sound is the fifth, light energy here with the third eye. Okay, so the third eye has been coming out in the past few readings that we've done if you guys have been tuning in. So definitely heal, balance, work with that chakra, wear a lot of indigo or purple if you can, okay? Eat some purple foods, that will definitely help as well. Interestingly enough, I love the imagery sometimes, how it will like mirror one another. You see how this person has their two hands over their heart space, right? Healing the heart. Beautiful. Vibration of 23, breaking down to a 5. Some of you are going to feel a lot of emotional changes, okay? The heart chakra also connects with air energy. So that's that Libra, right? That's that Venus. Yeah, this solar eclipse is aspecting Venus in a particular way. I made a post about that, or I guess I reposted a post about that on my Instagram, so make sure you guys check that out. I think it's in my stories. For more information on how Venus is kind of activating in this energy with the solar eclipse. But similarly, as this person has two hands over their heart, so does this child holding the star across the heart. I'm getting Aquarian energy, more air energy, right? You also have the beautiful uncaging, a lot of gorgeous orange and yellow. So your sacral and your solar plexus, okay? But more or less your sacral. Some of you, this is the cycle that is coming to a close. Some of you guys have reached so far down deep into your heart space that you have now reconnected with your inner child in a very profound way. In a way where I think your inner child used to be in the back of your mind, but now it's like the collective, and I think maybe that's the energy, is just allowing the inner child to lead the way, not forgetting the wishes and the hopes and the dreams and the visions. Visions has been a thing over the past few weeks, right? That you held once as a youth, right? Before the world jaded you over, before things got more complicated than they needed to be, right? Before maybe even for some of you, you lost your innocence in some way due to circumstances that were either out of your control or, I don't know why I'm going down that route, but okay, yeah. Some loss of innocence here is being regained. Okay? So where you maybe said, you know what, I'm going to lock these pieces of myself really deep down. I'm not going to let anybody see this version of me, this side of me. Maybe that was a decision you made as a child, okay? But I think that part of you is what's now uncaging, like I was saying with the Scorpio energy, shedding of that exterior skin so that a more deeper, softer, supple layer of skin can now breathe, right? And in that molting and that shedding that a scorpion does 6 times throughout its life, okay, it means that you're growing, yeah. The only reason why you would ever really need to shed your skin is because the old skin was too tight. But what's beautiful is the fact that you're not just growing. How could I say that? It's not just one part of you growing. With this wish upon a star and the child imagery, it feels like there's all aspects of yourself that are growing here and are healing and are kind of merging into one again. And I say the word again because at one point they were all on one accord, okay? And through life, things just got a little fragmented. It feels like here, collective, you are calling back a lot of lost fragments of yourself. Things that you buried in others, things of you that you maybe buried in old jobs, old cities, old situations, old people. It's like I'm calling all of that back to me, right? In a very, very profound way. Yeah. Okay, let's get this arranged because we're about to get into it. Bottom of the deck. What does the collective have to look forward to post this solar eclipse energy? Now, mind you, solar eclipse and the eclipse season energy in general, because we'll have a lunar eclipse soon. Probably the next full moon. That energy can last or resonate with you for up to 6 months post the peak of the eclipse energy, okay? There's more heart chakra energy at the bottom. 24, let it go. Yeah, that's definitely been a huge, huge theme here, right? Letting it go. And like I say, so for some of y'all, I can kind of feel a little bit of frustration in the fact of like, okay, like I've been letting it go. I've been doing the work. Like, when is it just going to let go? At this point, I think it's holding on to me more than I'm holding on to it. Patience is always a virtue, but understand that, again, there are layers here. If you can definitely see how that imagery kind of shines through. This is like one layer of the heart. Here's the next layer. You have then the next layer, and so on and so forth. So it's almost like right when you feel like you've gotten to the root of something, here comes another layer. So layers is very important here. To be patient with your layers, right? To understand that some of the things that you've experienced here, you might have thought was just affected you on a surface level. Or, yeah, affected you somewhat deeply. But I think what will become very clear over the next few days and maybe over the next 6 months is just how deeply some of these wounds, some of these experiences, some of these beautiful moments, right? Not just the bad. Just how deeply some experiences have affected you positively and negatively. Okay? But what I really do feel here for a lot of you is this reclaiming of your inner child that is uncaging and unlocking all of these layers of you that have been hidden for a while, or that you've been disconnected from. If not hidden, you've been disconnected from those parts of yourself. And more heart imagery here with the let it go, more heart chakra. So after this solar eclipse and eclipse season, 6 months from now here, collective, you're going to really, really feel the release of whatever might be weighing heavy on you right now, pressing on your soul or your spirit right now, or just rotating around you energetically, whether that's mental, emotional, spiritual, maybe even physical, okay? Yeah, mind's eye and the heart chakra. There's something very important about that connection here. Wish upon a star. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to read a little bit. I don't think I'm going to read everything from the books here. I'm just going to read a little bit of each. Again, for my number people, we have 23 breaking down into a 5. You have 14 breaking down into another 5. Then you have 39 that breaks down into a 12, which further breaks down into a 3. You also have 24, which breaks down into a 6. So any of these numbers might mean something here for you, okay? Let me know so if they do, either in the chat or the comments. Oh, I turned right to it, so I definitely must have to read this. Okay. Healing the heart. Okay. Key concepts: healing, making amends, the willingness to release past pain, being responsible and accountable, taking time to get healthy, renewal and rebirth after suffering. What part do I want to read of this? Let me put this down, okay? So healing the heart says, we often believe we can be wounded only by others, but we do more damage to ourselves in the self-sabotaging way we think and behave. It's important to take steps to heal yourself and become willing to release the pain of the past, which can be tempting to revisit. It's time to take responsibility for your part in this healing journey and look for ways you can help yourself and others. Are you willing to make amends if needed, or conversely, accept someone where they are without trying to influence their growth process? Okay, so for some of you, right off the bat, I hear family, I see family energy cords. I don't know how else to describe that to y'all, but I just see energy tethers and ties between family. Maybe this is a friend, maybe this is a lover or a partner, maybe these are co-workers. Take it how it resonates, okay? But it's that point where under this new moon, where everyone is going to realize, okay, look, I can't control other people. As much as I maybe want people to go on this healing journey with me, not everybody's ready to heal when I'm ready to heal. Also, everybody grows at their own pace and rate. So for some of you, you might be experiencing, like I said, that shedding, that molting, that growth, independent of those that you want to grow with. And that might cause a little bit of discomfort. That might also cause a little bit of disappointment. Try to be mindful that, again, you are only responsible for yourself. Only hold yourself accountable for your actions. Anyone else's actions outside of you has nothing to do with you. Respectfully, right? That's for them to sort through and them to figure out. And that you cannot force anybody or anyone to grow at a rate that they're not comfortable with, that they are not willing to, right? I think that's the letting it go. Some of you have been maybe, that's where the inner child comes in. Thank you, Divine. The inner child comes in. Some of you have been wishing for a connection with someone, wishing for a reconciliation or some sort of, what's the word they used here? Making amends, right? With someone or something. And maybe this is how someone feels towards you, collective. Take it how it resonates, okay? I get that, again, it's family. So this would have been, let's say one of your parents weren't in your lives or they were absent. It's like still holding on hope that one day you might be able to have a healthy relationship with that parent or have them as a part of your life. And again, that might require that person to have to hold themselves accountable, and maybe they're not ready to do that. So there's the letting go, right? And it's not letting go as in I'm throwing you out of my life. It's just letting go of the hope and the wish and the desire for something that someone isn't putting themselves in the position to fulfill for you or show up for you in that way. That could even be relationships. Okay, take it how it resonates. I think this is the point in the collective consciousness where it says, where we all say it is what it is. And what it is what it will be until things change, until the decision to change happens, right? But someone not making the decision to change or not making the decision to make amends or hold themselves accountable should not stop the collective from doing their work. That's where I feel like the independence is starting to come in. So no longer being codependent on any sort of spiritual relationship, bond, connection, family, friend, lover, no matter what category you want to put it in. I don't care if it's twin flame, divine counterpart, what, all of that. No more putting yourself on hold and waiting for someone to make the right choice and do the right thing or show up in this healing journey with you. You don't need, I don't want to sound like a hermit at this point with this, but you don't necessarily need people for healing. You don't necessarily need people for acceptance and forgiveness, right? So it's like, are you going to hold on to the resentment, hold on to the pain, hold on to the hurt until you get that I'm sorry? Do you really need that person to tell you that they know that they hurt you or that they apologize, right? Like, I mean, really try to put that in perspective. Yes, it might soothe the ego. It definitely might soothe the ego. But at the end of the day, at the core of you, the only work that really needs to be done is you to just accept that that's what it was, that's how it happened, and release whatever your inner child, a lot of you it's your inner child, thinks and feels about that happening or that experience or that occurrence or that situation. Yeah, it really is hard. It's very difficult to do because that ego, especially when it comes to experiencing emotional pain from those that we love or those closest to us, really will hold on to it until we hear those words. But collective, what if you never hear those words? What if that person never comes back? And I'm not trying to play devil's advocate or anything like that, but that's a reality. What if they never make the choice to say, okay, I want to step on this healing journey with you, collective. I want to right my wrongs. I want to see it the way you do. I want to get better. I want us to be close. What if they never make that choice or that decision? Are you going to continue to keep your heart open for that? Are you going to continue to hold on to that hope? Now, I know that that might sound morbid and I understand. And it's like, well, no, things can always change and keep having faith and keep your hope alive 100%. Sure. But to a certain extent, that can do more damage than good. And I feel like that's where this new moon in Libra and Scorpio, it's like, let's look at your relationships and your connections and your partnerships, Libra energy, and let's really get beneath the surface of them. Right? Let's really get in the deep dark, whatever is beyond that keyhole. Let's really unlock it and really see it and experiencing it for what it really is. Because some of you, there is this fairy tale aspect with Wish Upon a Star that I'm kind of picking up on. And it's like, God bless your inner child, absolutely. But it's hard for your inner child to stop hoping. And I'm not saying to completely throw hope out of the window. I just am saying don't let holding out hope hold you back. You keep growing, you keep holding yourself accountable, you keep doing the things that you need to do to accept, to change, and to shift. And hopefully, right, whoever on the other side of that scale with you will begin to do their work when they see fit, when it's right for them in their own divine timing and in their own free will for their life. But if not, collective, it's like I think that's what's falling away. If it doesn't happen, collective is getting to the point where it's like, I'll be okay with that too. As opposed to my whole world will crumble, or life just won't be the same, or I'll never be happy if they don't do this. It's like you're no longer, that's the reclaiming the fragments of yourself. My happiness is no longer deeply invested in the actions of others. That my happiness can truly only stem from my own actions. Yeah? That's the reclaiming. That's the healing of the heart. That's the beautiful uncaging. Okay? All right. Ooh, we are channeling today. Let's go ahead and look at 14. Right quick. 14 here. Key concepts is, there we go. The prison of guilt, a need for self-inventory, rigorous honesty, accountability, making amends. So another energy of making amends. So for some of you, there are going to be people, and I know it can get a little ick with that. People wanting to come back and make amends and all of that. That's true too. But I feel like for a lot of the collective, there might be some people that you want to reach out to, that you want to make amends with, that you maybe feel something's weighing heavy on your heart. Okay? Self-blame can lead to behaviors that perpetuate low self-worth. Have you done or said something for which you need to make amends? Have you disregarded a boundary or broken a promise? Guilt can make you aware of potential ways you have given injury and show you how to redress the transgression. When you sincerely admit you are wrong and begin the process to fix it, this is an act of accountability, responsibility, and liberation. Take a moment now to consider when you have harmed others or yourself. This knowledge will free you from the story you tell about it, so you're able to connect with the truthful remorse. Now is the time for rigorous honesty as you take a self-inventory with a neutral state of mind. A good question to ask yourself now is why the guilt is there. You might be taking on a burden that is not even yours to carry. That's for a lot of y'all. That's some of you guys in your very beautiful and empathic nature. I get that this is dealing with clearly relationships, okay? Where you have been consistently asking someone to show up for you in a particular way. I get strong parent energy. This could be friend, again, lover, take it how it resonates. But you've been asking for someone specific to show up for you in a way that you feel is necessary, in a way that you feel you're owed, in a way that you feel will balance out the scales between you two. And this person can't bring themselves to do it. And I think it's been so long and that's why they were showing me the energy cords. Yeah, it's that the guilt that this person feels that they either don't have the capacity to show up for you like that, don't know how to, or maybe they say they want to, but they really just don't put a lot of effort or energy or alignment. Maybe they're the ones that are self-sabotaging these attempts at healing. It's like every time you get to a point where, okay, things are on the up and up, we're moving forward, they start self-sabotaging. They either fall back into their old ways, or they do something that then pulls you more further apart, or they retaliate against you, or they say some cruel things, or you know what I mean? It's like they do something to make it less than perfect, to sabotage the moment so that it never gets to that healing state. Whether they do that consciously or subconsciously, I think you guys have been waiting for a very long time for someone to awaken to their wrongs or to hold themselves accountable. And this person is very aware that that's what you want from them, or that's what you're asking from them, and they're aware that they're not giving it to you, and that does cause some form of guilt for them, whether they show you that or tell you that or not. And that's what you guys are caging yourselves in, this guilt. Like nothing will be right until this person grows, or until they awaken, or until they ascend. Like some of you, this is really kind of putting that whole, for those of you that subscribe to it, okay, the twin flame divine counterpart journey into perspective. That it is really truly a journey for you. It is not about the other person. You keeping yourself wrapped up in someone else who's not showing you any signs that they want to be on this journey with you again. And I don't mean to be harsh when I say that, because I know that that whole journey has a lot of triggering around it, okay? So I don't mean to trigger anyone. I just really feel like this is the perfect time to dive deep into that. Yeah. Sorry, I just was in channel. Seriously, yeah, carrying other burdens that aren't even ours. Absolutely, JP. Okay, so JP, the moon, this new moon is on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio. Okay, so technically, well, in Vedic astrology, it'll even show that it's on the cusp on that day, because there is a day every 3 days the moon is on the cusp of two signs. So this new moon is on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio. It is a collective energy reading. So anyone can resonate with this message, okay? Because we're just channeling into the new moon that is currently on that Libra Scorpio cusp, okay? So if you follow Western or tropical astrology, you would call this a Scorpio new moon. If you follow Vedic astrology, then you would call this a Libra new moon. So that's why I typically put both, all right? But yeah, I really do feel like that's the big point here, is that you're carrying the burden, a burden of guilt that's not even yours to carry. And I think that that's what you will come into the realization of under this new moon and over the next 6 months, okay? That it'll really start to hit home, okay? Let's go ahead and look at Wish Upon a Star right quick, okay? Key concepts here with this third eye energy is intentions based on your desires and aspirations, the act of consciously committing to a vision, sacrificing something of value, gambling on yourself, trusting that dreams can become reality, and the importance of daydreams. Yeah, so I think a lot of you have been daydreaming about this reunion, this reconciliation, daydreaming of the day that these amends will be made, like that you'll be able to make amends with someone, whether it was you collective who wronged someone or someone wronged you, or maybe it's both at the same time. That's maybe a very deep desire that will come to the surface here, okay? That you really do either want to make amends with this person, and or you're carrying the guilt that this person has for not being in a position or not being ready or willing to make amends with you. Oh, absolutely, JP. No, I know sometimes these things can get all confusing. So thank you for asking. You guys absolutely ask questions, because I would love to answer them and make sure that we're all on the same page, okay? So thank you for being here, love. Happy to see you. All right. But yeah, I really do feel like that's what it is. There's this deep desire to want to make amends with someone, or hoping that one day something will come around or someone will come around to it, and you'll have these experiences that your inner child yearned for. And I really do feel like for a lot of you this has to do with parents, okay? But if not, if it's a lover, if it's a friend, take it how it resonates. For Wish Upon a Star, let's do this last paragraph. Today, allow yourself to dream and play with different realities. Even if it seems impossible, if it calls you and feels good, why not choose it? Wish upon a star, then live as if your wish were already true. Know that those beautiful dreams you have been nurturing are in the process of becoming real. Don't forget that the act of wishing, dreaming, and intending is more important than figuring out the how, okay? It shows the universe you're serious about playing the game of life, and you trust the essence of the partnership. Remember, every dream you believe in and hope for is a call to a twinkling star. The answer will come, sometimes swiftly, sometimes slowly. No wish is ever wasted. So I think that's the line I was trying to tread there, where I'm not saying to your inner children, like, hey, inner child, just throw hope out the trash. Like, it's not going to happen. It'll never be. No, 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 no. That's not where we're at. What I'm saying is, don't have yourself so vested in someone else's growth process that you begin to energetically take on the burdens that they're not willing to face, the energies they're not willing to face, the fears or the accountability they're not willing to take on, to the point where you're holding yourself overly accountable for what someone else is doing. It's like that's a really fine line, and that line can get a little blurry from time to time. So just do that check in with yourself, especially with your inner child, right? Um, and absolutely, if this is something you desire, don't lose hope and lose faith that it will happen. Just try to refocus yourself on your own work, okay? Because I get it, and trust, I've been there. The more you focus on, oh my God, if this person would just do this, and why don't they do that, and why do they keep sabotaging, and it's just like, da, 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 you get so distracted. And it's like, okay, but that's their path. Why am I allowing myself to get distracted by what they're doing, right? It's like, in a way, their self-sabotage makes you self-sabotage, okay? So for those of you that might find yourself in a very deep soul connection with someone, or again, have these strong energetic cords, some of you, again, it's family, because I can't stop seeing it in my mind's eye. It's like, take a step back from that and release them, let it go, right? If it never happens, make sure that your inner child will still be okay. That should be the focus, yeah? How do you detach as an empath? Yeah, that is a beautiful question. I think it has a lot to do with, well, of course, boundaries first and foremost, right? But like, what's helped me is continuously telling myself, right? Like, for a lack of a better term, not my monkeys, not my circus, right? Like, not my path. I'm not in this person's shoes. I can only walk the path that I'm on, right? As much as I maybe want to empathize, as much as I can understand and I can feel, it's not my job to heal this person. It's not my job to make sure that they hit the marks that their soul's called to make. Even if I could hear the calling, right? If I could hear that, it takes a lot of, honestly, it takes a lot of restraint. It takes a lot of boundaries. It takes a lot of keeping your mind focused on what you have to do specifically, and doing a lot of energetic cleansing work. I'm telling y'all, I do that daily chakra playlist with the singing bowls. They're about 9 to 10 minutes each. I do it every single day. And I set the intention for it to reclaim all of my energy back to myself. Anything that's not meant for me to carry, meant for me to connect with, let it be released with love. And that's just a daily practice that I've been doing for a while now here. So I think it's just reminding yourself, or taking the time out to say, is what I'm feeling really mine? Like, and I know that that might seem exhausting and extensive, but it's necessary. Is this really what I'm feeling? Or am I picking up on what someone else is feeling? And then wait for that answer. Okay, if it's someone else, all right, how do I release that with love? You know, pray about it. Again, do a healing sound frequency for them and say, okay, I release this back to them with love, or I just want to purge this. You know, for some of you guys, now I haven't done a lot of my research, and I probably should. I'll get on that, about cord cutting. Because something about it to me feels too permanent, but at the same time, sometimes there are energetic cords that maybe need to be cut. So again, I pray about everything. I would pray and ask the divine to show you what energetic cords and or connections and relationships need to be severed. And then ask Archangel Michael, ask your ancestors to assist you with that. Okay. And maybe even ask on the same tip, which one should I hold out hope for? See what comes up. You know what I mean? I think as an empath, it really is about that accountability piece. We definitely don't want to use being empathic as a crutch to not have healthy boundaries. Yeah. And it takes time. It took me a while to learn that. When it's like I feel that pull, or I feel someone pulling on my energy or calling, and it's like, before, when I didn't have boundaries, I would just go. I would just let it happen, show up however I could, exhaust myself, drain myself, okay. Because I felt like I was doing something good for someone else, but it really wasn't good for me. So I think that's where you kind of turn that wheel around when it comes to being an empath. You have to really look at it and be like, is it healthy for me to be connected to this energy with this person right now? If the answer is no, then it's like, okay, well, I humbly and gratefully and lovingly detach from it. And really maybe do some breath work and release it that way, right? And then if it's a yes, then it's like, okay, well, how can I support this person? You know what I mean? It really takes a lot of consciousness and a lot of awareness in that moment. Not letting those energetic pulls go unchecked. Because I definitely used to be a person, oh, I felt the pull, I felt you call, what's going on, what's wrong, how can I show up? Yeah, it's the middle of the night, like whatever, I don't have to work. You know what I mean? It's just like totally disregarding myself and choosing everybody and their needs and their wants over my own, because that's just how I was raised. So it just took unwiring my brain to say, no, you know what? It's no. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have the capacity for that right now. Wish you the best. I hope you figure it out. Talk to you soon. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just have to gain a little bit of courage to set that boundary and not feel guilty. That's the guilt collective. Not feel guilty around those boundaries. Because people who are used to draining you will definitely make you feel guilty for setting a boundary. No, you're not going to drop everything and show up for me now. Like, you're not going to do, like, what? Then they start making you feel bad. And that's where, if you don't have a strong mental around the why you're setting that boundary, you'll crumble every time. And then it'll make you feel even worse. And you have to realize, like, no, it's not selfish, because you might get called selfish, especially from those that want to benefit from your energy. It's not selfish for me to choose myself. It's not selfish for me to say no. It's not selfish to say, yo, I have other things that I have to focus on right now, and you might just have to bear this one all alone, and or hold yourself accountable, right? It's like, I could go on about this topic forever. Maybe I'll do a reading on that. That's interesting. I'll think about that. But I hope that kind of helped or put it in perspective a little bit. Yeah, to be accountable for your own energy. Daily practice. Yeah, and when I tell you daily, I mean literally. Like, I have had moments where I've had to say, like, okay, no, like, stop, like, take 5 minutes. Is this person's urgency really necessary for me? Do I even have the capacity? No, I'm tired as hell. Like, I want to go to bed. I don't have to answer that phone, or I don't have to show up for them like this. Or, people have to learn how to do their own work, okay, and not use emotional labor from other people. And that's okay to say that. Like, I don't have the emotional capacity to support you right now as much as I love you and I care for you. I just don't have it in the moment. Okay? So I hope that was helpful, loves. Let's go ahead. I'm sorry to be rambling on. 42 minutes. Okay. We are just going to transition into being a long reading channel. I have accepted it. I hope you all have as well. Let's just get into this. So, heart chakra, sacral chakra, well, let's go in order. Sacral chakra, heart chakra, and third eye are super important, not only for this new moon solar eclipse, but over the next 6 months, you're going to really want to focus on those energies, okay? Tell me more about healing the heart. Oy, oy, oy. That's a lot. But let's take it, because that fell out way too smoothly for me not to. We have Temperance, the 5 of Wands, yep. The Ace of Wands, that's beautiful. The 10 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups. Okay, I do feel like, because it kind of came out in a jumble, I'm just going to let my intuition kind of order these. This is all for healing the heart, then I'll organize it, okay? I hope you guys can see all of this. Okay. Yeah. This is what healing the heart really, truly, honestly looks like. Yeah. 5 of Wands. That's the energy pull. Okay, that's the conflict. That's the challenge. That's the tension between you and somebody, the resistance between you and someone, or you in a particular energy, maybe even you and yourself, okay? Take it how it resonates. Because some of you are really working through that full self integration. So this doesn't have anything to do with other people. Others of you, this is absolutely you being fully integrated and or have awareness around that, but then having to kind of navigate other people and their fragments, I guess I could say. Because the Five of Wands to the Eight of Cups would say, yeah, I'm letting this go. That's that letting go energy. Eight of Cups. Not my battle, not my war. You know, it's not my battle. That's not my war. You can even see how the crow here in this Eight of Cups is kind of looking over to the Five of Wands. Like, that's not my fight. I'm walking away from that. It's not my battle. Some of you are very much so used to people calling on you to fight their battles, either for them, okay? I want to say with them, but it's like not getting sucked into the drama of other people and their choices. That's that whole point I was trying to make. Five of Wands, Eight of Cups. No, there's nothing in this Five of Wands for me. That's what the collective is saying, or will begin to say. There's nothing in this Five of Wands for me. This isn't my fight. I have no dog in that fight. So I'm going to let it go. I'm going to release because it's not mine. Okay? And I'm going to lean on my angels, my guides, my ancestors, Temperance here. Okay? To help me balance, help me alkaline my energy. That change symbol there with that delta. It's a mathematical symbol for change. Right? I'm going to shift me so that when I am presented with the Five of Wands, when that Five of Wands energy wants to creep in for me, no, it's almost like this Ace of Wands kind of causes some sort of a barrier or a boundary. No, I can then protect my happiness, my Ten of Cups, y'all. Are you seeing this? Thank you so much, Divine, because that's beautifully illustrated through these cards. Shifting yourself here, collective, so that Ace of Wands energy, that renewed spirit, that sense of inspiration and freedom and excitement about life isn't tainted by other people's drama, right? We're not here for other people's drama, right? And it's like that's what causes that guilt feeling. That's what causes that sense of fatigue and tiredness and feeling as if you have to jump in for everyone else, or you have to defend somebody, or you have to kind of participate in that, which it's a choice. These five birds here are choosing. They are choosing to fight with one another. Tis a choice. Collectives here at the Eight of Cups, like, that's not a good use of my energy. Temperance, right? I'm going to focus in on filling my cup while everybody else is focusing on this drama. Ace of Wands, the Ten of Cups, boom. It's like, that's exactly what the Divine has been waiting for the collective to do for a while, for those that will resonate. To choose the Ace of Wands. If you can even see in this Ace of Wands how like the path kind of leads to the city. It's almost like, okay, I'm going to choose to go this way. While everyone is going the route of the Five of Wands, I'm going to take this Ace of Wands and go on a new path. And ultimately, that path leads you to the Ten of Cups. Now, for those of y'all that have been with me for a while, you know that these Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles only comes out when it is a tangible energy. If it's far-fetched, it won't come out. Tangible with the Ace of Wands. So this healing that you're choosing to do mainly, please, for yourself here, collective. I feel like a lot of you are maybe coming out of a little bit of the illusionary energy that can be created with the whole twin flame divine counterpart journey and saga. Now, I'm not saying that those energies and those types of connections don't exist. Please don't misquote me or misunderstand me. They absolutely do. But how it's kind of talked about or how it's promoted, or, you know, it can kind of get a little, it can lack boundaries is what I'm trying to say, I guess, here. right? It can really take your focus off of what's truly important, which is the work, the healing, okay? So as soon as you refocus the mind on that, boom, you get an Ace of Wands and a Ten of Cups, okay? Beautiful. So let's put this here. Yeah, let me scoot this up. And we will get into this beautiful uncaging, okay? Is that, and look, the Six of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I think for some of you guys, it is that I'm waiting on this person, and I'm not saying you're saying this like verbally, right? It's not saying, I don't think you're verbally saying like, I'm waiting for this person to return. I think it's your inner child. It's your subconscious that's like, let's just hold out a little longer. Maybe they'll make the decision. Maybe they'll come out of the Five of Wands. Maybe, right? And I don't think you were maybe fully aware that that was holding you guys back from focusing in on your own path. Because look, I'm telling you, that was just so beautifully illustrated. The moment you decide to Eight of Cups the situation, the drama parts of it, the parts that are not yours to fight, yours to deal with, yours to be connected to, and you do the healing, it's like, boom, Ace of Wands, Ten of Cups. Like, what is meant for you, what you're meant to experience shows up. Rather than waiting for someone who might not be meant to be a part of that experience with you. So it's like you're holding yourself back subconsciously from experiencing what you desire because you're maybe waiting for one person or a particular person, right? It's almost like being open to infinite possibilities. That's what that Wish Upon a Star said, right? Focus your attention and intention on the act of dreaming, the act of wishing, but let go of the how. Some of you were getting too caught up in the how, the details, yeah? Queen of Cups, beautiful uncaging. Yes, Cancer energy here, okay? I guess I could just start doing it like this. I don't know why I always go from the bottom up, but tell me more about this Queen of Cups with the beautiful uncaging. Cancer energy, like I said, we are dealing with the moon here. Yeah, Four of Cups. Why deal with things that create dissatisfaction? It's like some of you aren't even satisfied with these connections that you have or with these relationships, whether platonic or romantic. It's like, why settle for something that you're not satisfied with? You know, don't settle here. Again, I mean, regardless if you feel like this is your twin flame divine counterpart, right? Got the Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands. Why settle when there are other attractive offers, when there are other things to explore, things to get excited about, things to be optimistic about, things to create? Why limit yourself? It really, really is this sense of, like, I feel like even the book said it, maybe I read it or maybe I read it to myself, where it's like, connect with it as long as it feels good. For some of you, these connections, that Five of Wands does not feel good. It doesn't feel good. And maybe that's the simple awareness. Oh my gosh, it could be just as simple as that under this new moon, that, you know what, this doesn't feel good. It's never felt good. It's always been drama. It's always been conflict. It's always been resistance. It's never felt good. Wow. Boom. That's the key that unlocks your heart. It's never felt good. So now I can let it go because it doesn't feel good. That doesn't mean it won't come back. Doesn't mean that it won't cycle through. Again, some of you guys are on that journey and that's going to be the thing. But if it doesn't feel good in the now, don't hold on to it. Let it go. Right? You know how they always say what's truly meant for you, if you let it go, it'll return? That's this. That is this energy. So rather than focusing on the Five of Wands, allowing that drama to suck you in, and then you feel miserable and terrible, and now you're out of alignment with what you desire because your vibration's low, because you're connecting with low vibrational energy, what uncages you is the awareness of, you know what? That doesn't satisfy me. That doesn't cut it. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to release this. And I'm going to start doing things and connect with energies that feels good. Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, Page of Wands. And I think you'll be so surprised at how much more optimistic you become about your love life for some of you, Ten of Cups, about positive and healthy relationships that you do have or that you can create. The Page of Wands is a creator. Page of Wands also brings good news. So it's good news after being quite stuck and stagnant on something that was not satisfying. This Knight of Cups is coming towards you. Some of you have been wishing for soulmates, whether those are friendships or romantic relationships. But because your heart was still hoping and wishing upon a star that it would be this one particular person or this one particular connection, the moment that you release it and say, okay, maybe that's just not what's meant right now. I'm going to open myself and uncage my heart from all the guilt, from all of the stress, the drama, and the burden, and the worry, and the over concern. And I'm going to open myself up to see what else is out there. And it's like, I'm telling you, it's almost like as soon as you make that decision, here comes the Knight of Cups with an offer and these beautiful flowers and some fish for you, which is a sign of abundance. And this will be something or someone that's going to be very attracted to you, Page of Wands. Very harmonious, a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of spiritual connection. So it's almost like I said in the Eight of Cups, you release it with love. Thank you for teaching me the lessons. Thank you for putting me in a position to choose myself. I'm going to make that choice now. Wish you all the best. Journey forward. Temperance, Ace of Wands, Ten of Cups, right? Some of y'all, this is so close, right? But I get that. Yeah, Five of Cups here. I get that having to let go. Having to let go is the hard part. Because some of you had so much innocent, pure hope in something or someone. That to have those cups spill over, especially if this person intentionally, if it's a person, if they intentionally spilled those cups over, if they sabotaged, it's like you could be riddled with guilt and beating yourself up for what someone else chose to do. It's like that's the energy of the Five of Cups. You turn around and you focus on the two cups that are still upright, not the ones that have spilled over, especially if you were not the ones that kicked those cups over. Now, if you guys are the ones that did do that, then the guilt and the heaviness and all of that and the wanting to make amends is totally understandable. It's natural. It's human, right? Then that would mean that you would also need to forgive, release yourself, and accept that, yeah, those cups spilled over. Yeah, I maybe caused more drama than I needed to, right? But I'm open to making amends. I'm open to healing, and I'm hoping for a new beginning. Some of you guys are going to do that towards someone else. Others of you, there will be somebody who has done this work, who has released whatever drama or tension or resistance they brought to the connection and are going to be returning to you wanting a fresh start so that you guys can have the Ten of Cups. Okay? That's not everybody's storyline. If it's not yours, don't make it fit. Don't make it work. Don't force it. But some of you, that's that, yeah. Because I think some people that are connected to you, or again, some of you all are realizing that, oh, damn, I knocked those three cups over. And they didn't have to be knocked over. Right? I'm the reason why this person maybe decided to walk away or had to cut ties. Others of you, someone's realizing that, yeah, they made the mistake. And I don't even really honestly like the word mistake because it has such a negative connotation, especially when our ears hear it and our minds kind of sense that. More or less, someone just made the choice to be in resistance. I know that's like a very woo-woo. I just heard myself say that, like, okay, girl, like you could have just said mistake. That's fine. But some people, yeah, some people made poor choices, or choices that weren't in their best interest, and they realize that now. And they're not only disappointed in themselves, and for some of you, if this is a higher level soul connection or soul experience and journey you're having with someone else, the guilt that you feel is the guilt that they're feeling. So that's what I'm saying. If all of that is weighing heavy on you, you have to, especially as a spiritual being, as an empath, you have to say, is this my energy? And if you really dig in and you can listen in, you'll hear your spirit say yes or no. And if it's a no, then you just say, I lovingly release it back to whoever it belongs to. Right? Because it's like, as soon as you do, collective's in the Page of Wands, they're in the Knight of Cups. It's like these waves of energy, but it's really realizing that you have a lot more power and a lot more control over what you feel and what you think and where you are spiritually than I think a lot of you have been giving yourself credit for. Okay? Tell me more about this wish. Come on, y'all. I can't make it up if I wanted to. The Lovers, right. Some of you have been wishing for this partnership with someone. If it's not a romantic partnership, I get for some of you, yeah, this is like, I wish I could have had a relationship with my mother or my father, or that I could get back on good terms with my brother or my sister, you know, like somebody who was really, really close to you, or that, you know, it's almost, I get a lot of fantasy for some of y'all. It's like, I don't even know what that's like, and I just wish I knew what that was like to have that person in my life. But again, whatever choices that they made to be in resistance to the path that would have led to you both being in the Ten of Cups, it's their choices to make, yes, and it's for them to be accountable for, not you, collective. All you can be accountable for is the choices and decisions that you make. Okay? So yes, we are wishing upon a star for the Lovers. That's also that Libra energy, right? That's connected here to the new moon. Tell me more. Come on now, y'all. Scorpio energy, that death. Yes. Focus on the Ten of Cups. Hi, Jimmy. Thanks for being here. Did enough of that already. Yeah, Jimmy, if that's where you feel is best for you, absolutely. Yeah, if connecting with any of that energy makes you tired or drains you, hi, then yeah, if it doesn't make you necessarily feel good, it's okay to detach from it, okay? Now, that's not to say that we avoid uncomfortable feelings, right? No, it's just if it's blatant, that's where your discernment is going to have to come into play, yeah? Okay, but the Lovers and the Death. Some of you, yeah, there will be a resurgence, or I guess I should say a resurrection of some love connection that left you in the Three of Cups, y'all. The Three of Cups, geez. The Three of Swords. That you wanted to be a Three of Cups, wanted to be a reason to celebrate, but it ended up in the Three of Swords. Yeah, some of you, it's your inner child that really wants to make amends with somebody, even if that person is showing no signs that they want to make amends with you. Queen of Wands, yeah. Leo energy, come on now. Ace of Pentacles. Now, some of you, and I feel like I gotta say this, it's important to be careful what you wish for, because if you've been wishing to reconnect with somebody, that opportunity is coming. And if it was solely just a wish and you're not preparing yourself to receive that, right? Like the book said, you're not standing in the energy as if it's already happened or it will be occurring. This is going to take you by surprise, this Ace of Pentacles. Somebody that really did a number here on your heart space, okay? Somebody that you have painful memories with. May want to offer you a new beginning here. But that would be your choice to make. We all have free will. The Lovers, Death, the Three of Swords, and the Queen of Wands, excuse me. Again, that's that discernment, the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a master at reading energy, especially on people. So it's going to be important that you really tap into, okay, what am I feeling? What am I feeling from this person? And make those two distinct energies, okay? But that Ace of Pentacles is something very shocking about that. I just keep hearing shocking. I think you might even be surprised who this person is. Because I hear from some of y'all, it's like, so there's so many Three of Swords situations. I couldn't even tell you who this would be coming back. You know what I mean? It's like, for some of you, it's like that. Others of you, you're very, very hyper aware of who this person that you have wished upon a star to have this lover's connection with, that it would come back from the dead almost, right? Could be with a Leo or another fire sign or a fire energy. Doesn't have to be though. Could be an earth sign as well. But yeah, I really do feel like for some of you, that wish is going to come true. It's going to be a reality. Others of you with that death energy, I think this is you making a wish to experience something new, Ace of Pentacles, in love. And that newness will be focused on this Ace of Wands and the Ten of Cups. So basically the wish would be from your inner child on this next love cycle. I don't know why your inner child sounds like that to me, but that's what it is. On this next love cycle, I want it to be the Ten of Cups. I want to experience the Ten of Cups. I want to be in balance with somebody. Temperance, the lovers. Right? I want to walk away from relationships and connections that cause me drama or that bring in a lot of unnecessary tension. It's like I want ease, I want harmony, I want peace, I want balance. That's the wish. And that's exactly what you're going to get. Ace of Pentacles. Because I think for some of you, it's the tenderness around these three swords. It's so strong and it's such a almost like a tangible feeling for you all that it's like, I know that's the Queen of Wands. Oh, to hell with that. Like, I will never, ever, 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 ever allow myself to get back into this. Now, that doesn't mean that people aren't going to do things that hurt you or they're not going to do things that are wrong you, but you'll never allow yourself to take those swords as deeply as you once did. That's the Queen of Wands. I'm powerful, right? I'm confident that if it's not you, it'll be with somebody else. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like that, nothing that is done will stop this Ace of Pentacles from happening. That's walking and moving as if you know that that Ace of Pentacles is guaranteed to you. Not out of entitlement, but out of trust and surrender and belief in the divine. Temperance. Yeah? Well, all right now. That got a little spicy at the end. I like that. I really did. Because I think it's almost like that last sigh. That's why I was doing all those sighs in the beginning. It's like, okay, Five of Cups. The cups have spilt over. There's nothing that can be done about it. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to focus on my Two of Cups. I'm going to focus on the Ace of Wands. I'm going to focus on what that Ten of Cups looks like. I'm going to do the healing work to be in alignment for that Ten of Cups so I can experience it for myself and then hopefully with someone else. And I'm going to trust and surrender, Queen of Wands, that, yeah, my spirit's going to lead me into the right direction, but I for sure am not headed towards this. So anything that mirrors this Three of Swords, Five of Wands, I'm Eight of Cupsing it immediately. Because my Queen of Cups heart and my Knight of Cups love deserves to be received. Right? And you also deserve to receive that back. There's the reciprocity, right? That's right. I need an Ace and a 10 because I'm one of a kind. I hear you, gems. I hear you. Bottom of the deck. I almost started shuffling all over again. Bottom of the deck for Let It Go. All right. What else does the collective need to do in order to let this energy go? Help the collective here, divine. What do they need to know in order to let this energy go? Okay, I want to do one more. Oh, the Hierophant. Yes. Wisdom. Simple for some of y'all. I'm telling y'all, for some of y'all, it is so simple as just saying out loud, I've learned the lesson. Thank you, divine, for bringing it to me. Thank you for teaching me through this experience. I've learned the lesson. I lovingly release anything else connected to that lesson. And I'm ready for something new. It's really just almost being like, okay, I know better now. As opposed to not acknowledging the lessons that you've learned, which then leave you open and vulnerable to relearn them. Okay? Come on now. Come on now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hierophant, the moon, and the magician. Yep. The Hierophant, the moon, and the magician. Uh-oh. This is the moon. This is the phase. This is the time, especially, again, with the Libra Scorpio dynamic, relationships, endings, and beginnings. To manifest that, to claim it as something that is happening for you. No more, this will happen. There's too much time when you use the word will. It is, meaning present tense. It is happening. I am receiving this Ace of Pentacles. I am receiving this Ace of Wands. I am receiving the Ten of Cups. It's very proactive in the now. That's the Magician. All four aces are connected to the Magician. You just got your second two or your last two here under this new moon. You had your truth, the Ace of Swords. You had your heart, understanding of your heart, Ace of Cups. You just needed the Pentacle and the Wand, and boom, here it is. That's what brings you into the Ten of Cups. Hierophant, meaning, again, higher learning. I've learned what I needed to learn. I don't know if you guys know that soundbite where it's like, I seen all I needed to see. And it's a no thank you. Like, that's the energy I feel like you guys are moving into. Yeah, Ten of Wands. I've seen all that I needed to see. I've carried all that I needed to carry. I've done the work. Time for a new cycle. Time to let it go and release it. Come, y'all. Y'all better stop playing with me. Okay? Ten of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and Justice. Libra. And the Death card has shown out. This is the moon where justice occurs. Balance occurs. Okay? What side of the scale you fall on, collective, will be for you to know. But for a lot of y'all, it's the Ten of Pentacles. It's whatever was holding you down, weighing you down. You see how that crow is carrying all those 10 wands, flying very low to the ground? Whatever was keeping you low in that vibration, which was that Five of Wands energy, from other people or maybe internally, take it how it resonates. You're releasing that, you're letting it go. So that not only do you get the Ten of Cups, you get the Ten of Pentacles. And what did I say here on my channel? The divine does not allow the Ten of Cups or the Ten of Pentacles to come out in a reading if it is not tangible, if it is not tethered to your current timeline or something that you can ground into your reality in this moment, and you've gotten both of them. Right under the Magician, both of them. That's where we're going to end it. Three of Pentacles here. That's where we're ending it, all right? I'm going to pull some affirmations here. Hopefully they will serve you well for this new moon solar eclipse. So many Three of Swords said that's me. I'm a Libra, but I don't know which rising. Jimmy, I have free natal charts in my description box for anyone else tuning in. If you do not know your natal chart, I highly, highly encourage you to learn that information. It is such a powerful tool to help you navigate the ebbs and the flows of life and the energies that we cycle through. Free links in my description box, love. They are not affiliate links. These are two websites that I trust, that I have found to be very accurate when calculating birth chart information. I would say do both, okay? Western is easier to understand. Vedic is a little bit more complicated. Really, it's complicated because it follows the moon, not necessarily the sun. Western simply and strictly follows the sun. So get both, so you kind of get your sun chart and your moon chart, and study and learn, okay? Definitely. So those two links are there in the description box for you guys under all of my videos. So make sure you guys are doing that. But let's see, what affirmations does the collective need under this new moon? Solar eclipse. What affirmations does this collective need in regards to this energy? Yep, I am connected to the earth and all life around me. Moon goddess Artemis, okay. What else? Oh, that didn't really flip out, did it? No, you don't have to join first. Nope. These are all free calculators. You just put in your information, your time of birth, all of that, and it'll calculate it for you and explain it all. Yep, no joining necessary. Every day I focus on what's important for my empaths, trying to set those boundaries, right? What else? Failure is only learning. I move with confidence and resilience. Absolutely. Okay. So that's that Hierophant. That's that Queen of Wands. Okay. I am loved beyond measure. You better believe it, collective. Don't you doubt it for a second. You are absolutely loved. I see the gateway is open and the pathway is clear. My journey begins. Just like that Ace of Wands card, right? The moment you decide to walk away from the drama, release all that is weighing you down, okay? That's not for you to carry. You'll see that your path ahead is actually very, very clear. Look at that. I let go. I release. I am within perfect possibility. Dark moon, which is the moon we are under. Okay? Absolutely beautiful energy here, collective. I really hope you found this reading helpful and insightful. Thank you to everybody who did tune in here and commented in the chat. Thank you so much, Angela. Thank you, Daylight Dancer. Hi, love. Also happy to see you. Thank you, JP. Thank you, Jimmy Jones. I appreciate you all so, so much. And again, I hope that this helped you. I hope that this connected in some way. Let me know that. For those of you that maybe didn't show up in the chat, definitely leave a comment below. I love to talk to you guys there or hear how these readings resonate with you. If you connected with the energy, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. If you're new here, this was your first time tuning in, welcome. This was our chakra energy reading for the new moon. I do these on the new moon and the full moon every month. All right, make sure you hit that subscribe button so it'll help me pick up on your energy for the free daily readings that I do here on my channel. I try to post a week in advance as far as the scheduled lives. So all of that will be on my homepage. You could check that out. And if you're interested in member-only content, I will be doing a Mars retrograde reading next week for members only. So make sure you either check that out by clicking the first link in my description box or click that join button next to subscribe. It'll take you to my membership sign up page and you can sign where you feel comfortable, okay? But if not now and if not later and if never, no problem, no worries. All right, I'm grateful to have you here. I'm thankful for your presence with me and all your love and support you show my channel. And again, happy new moon. All right, I hope that the next 6 months is really beautiful for you all, for those that resonated with this reading, because it looks it. You're coming into a very beautiful balance. All right, y'all, stay your course, stay focused on your 10 of Cups, let go of what no longer serves you and or what really isn't yours to carry. All right, see y'all in the next one. Namaste.